we go, guys. Let's just quickly ping the people. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. I can't see who's speaking. Let's...
A clone.
Okay, there we go. I think I can... Oh god. Oh god. I don't want it to take up too much of the screen. I did not plan ahead too much for this, did I? Okay. Well, we're cool. We got this. There we go. That should be good. Boop. And there we go. Okay, we're good. Let me just make sure I can actually hear people. There we go. Alright, we are set up.
Hey, Shark.
Hey, guys, welcome. So, you guys obviously know the rules of this. No getting heated. This is just chill conversation about the most infuriating topic, or most emotion-invoking topic of Hordes. So, let's just, yeah.
Nice. This
Yeah.
is gonna be fun.
I hope people are mature about it. Like, I want this to be not another heated debate like in the Horde server, just a chill, like, we're talking, like, chill people, because we're capable of that. And let's go ahead and advertise the stream. Boop. Figure I can change the thumbnail. Oh god, don't want that. Can I show you my YouTube stats? Haha. I mean, I could, but that's not the point of this stream. So another time, maybe. They're already in my Discord server, so, you know. I was pinged. Yep. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this in the Horde server so anyone can join who would like to. When they moved the content creator channel, I almost freaked out and thought I was removed from the role, but then I remembered, no. That's, yeah. Yeah, we do have...
Servers keep getting changed nowadays.
Yeah, I found where it was. I literally, like, part of me was like, are you serious? And then I scrolled and I was like, okay, it's fine, it's there. Alright.
This is basically me when they changed all the janitor, like, setup around. When we're getting new janitors, they also did that, and I was like, I mean, I wasn't that freaked out because I still had to roll, but it was just like everything was moved around, and I was like, huh?
Yeah. Whew, yeah. Just gotta do like a double take. Alright. There we go. And I think anyone who talks in live chat, I will also try to voice your thoughts if you say anything. But keep in mind that I'm also trying to keep track of, you know, yeah, playing the game to give people some gameplay content, and also keeping an eye on voice channels and stuff, so, yeah. If I don't see your message, I apologize, but, you know, yeah. Definitely gonna be multitasking a crap ton this stream, so, yeah. And...
if it's needed.
And Galaxy, yep, I am on the Talking to VC channel, so if anyone uses TTS, you know, avoid doing line breaks so we don't have, like, tons of Galaxy Falcon says, or like so-and-so says, because it does get, you know, kind of clogged up. But I also do have the channel open on the side of my screen, so anyone can see chat if they are talking in there. So, yeah. We'll wait a few more minutes before starting the discussion, and just to make sure that, you know, we get some people in here before we start having to repeat ourselves what the prompt is for the moment. So... How's everyone been?
Except I woke up to my brother's alarm clock.
Ew. How early? Yeah, quarantine is going great. The days just blend together like they are all one. Ooh, I can IF farm here, because there's no bots. At least there, at least. So let's go. Do I have money? Pollen. Oh, yeah, God. Yeah, Galaxy, you can farm with me. Oh, God. It costs 80, right? So I need... 70. You gotta have all luck and all IF if you want to IF farm with me, because it's just gonna be IF farming while we talk and discuss. So, your archer is small. Yeah, my mage used to be squishy, but heck yeah, we got that defense up a little bit, but I'm about to reset, so not much to brag about there. Boop, boop. Yeah, I'll be close to spawn, so unfortunately no bloodless can join the IF farm. Alright, so we have Deliquescent Emotion, Galaxy, Sharpshooter, Clone, Wirt, and myself. So, okay, I think we'll start the discussion now, since we have 6 people. So, let's go ahead and get the first question. And the first prompt that we have for today is... Let's see. We have... Okay. Is multiboxing good or bad? Explain your stance.
To be fair, I think everyone agrees that it is probably bad, but fixing it is usually the biggest problem, like getting rid of it. But yeah, in general, it is bad because it takes away farms from newer players, especially all the 35 farms. I've seen a lot of just multi-box with item farm bots that just sit there for the extra item find. And multi-boxing is also annoying for PvP because people can use buff bots, which is kind of stupid. And I have fought against them. I've also played in one party before, but I don't do it anymore because it's kind of stupid nowadays. It just doesn't promote any skill-like based gameplay, which is, yeah, it is yummy fame sharpshooter, but it just does not fun.
Yeah. Makes PvP unfair. Also, yeah.
It's
yeah.
more or less just a crutch.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that, you know, for people who do it to get items for newer players, which I think there is a small amount of people who do actually do that, I understand the reasoning. And also for people who are, you know, level 45 and are getting tired of the everlasting grind, I completely understand, you know, the frustration behind that. But also, you know, you gotta kind of think of more people than yourself in that, and think about how it's not just you looking for a farm and taking that farm from people who are buff botting or whatever. It's, yeah, actual people in parties are losing farms to buff bots or multi-boxers.
I think in general why people use them is because they're quite easy accessible and you don't really get punished for it currently. It's also much more beneficial. So most people just, you know, think, oh. Alright, thank you, Galaxy. Anyway, as I was saying, since people don't get punished for it, they think, oh, so it's a free advantage that I don't get punished for. Obviously, it makes the game much worse for other players, but most of them really don't care, which is kind of annoying and horrible, to be honest.
Yeah. And I think it's difficult too because it's, you know, obviously like you said earlier, it's difficult to come up with a solution, especially since, you know, of course VPNs exist, so, and then the thing with apparently like a lot of people play at school and we don't want to lose that, you know, the traffic from schools. And yeah, Sharpshooter says the fact that people use them in wars is really annoying. I have never seen people do that, but I can imagine that is very, very annoying. Yeah. That is yeah, that's kind of sad, I guess.
Basically, they have like one party of normal players, or sometimes they actually have because they say, oh, the enemy like faction has more players, so they're like, all right, I guess we'll just use, and because they don't have enough player in their own like factions, so they just make a party of buff bots and invite people, and sometimes they kick out people as more people come in, like the buff bots, but some of them are just like one party is a normal warring party, the other one is just like one or two people with buff bots that are constantly in the front lines dealing damage or tanking, which can be very hard to fight against because when they're comes in the front line and the enemy faction wants to kill it, it's not that simple because they can also get healed while they have massive amounts of defense and damage, so they wipe out enemies. They're like a one-man party or army, but without having to have an army, which is kind of, yeah, not easy to fight against.
For
It
sure.
is possible though.
Yeah. Sharpshooter is saying how he's seen a single party with 12 enchants each. Whew.
It's possible. Can't confirm because I have done it before in the past with another player. And I was really bored, but I weren't my buff bot.
Yeah, and I feel like for the people that are self-aware about it, you know, I feel like that's a bit of a redeemer, but also, you know, still.
Galaxy says also find odd that the staff house avoids the question of why is it allowed. Well, mostly they avoid it because so many people have already asked, at least I think, because I've seen them answering them many times, but I think it's come to the point where they've answered it too many times and people just keep asking, and they want to get on with it and just work on like new stuff for the game, or like they want actual like feedback of, you know, how to fix it, because most people, you can say, oh, you know, multi-boxing is stupid, it should be banned or whatever, but if you just keep saying that, it's not really gonna help. Like, we know it's a bad thing, we don't like multi-boxing, but like we need to come up with a solution, or you know. And I believe Deck did talk about it a long time ago.
Yeah, and I think people expect him to speak out publicly about it. Like, they just expect a lot from him in that, you know,
Yeah.
some people are like, oh, but if Deck thinks of this, Deck thinks of that, but the thing is, he hasn't really said a lot on purpose, so we can't be kind of pressing him to do that, because if he says one thing, well, people are going to twist it, and people are going to use it.
I believe Deck. Yeah, I believe it has been discussed before, and Deck did post I remember Cleo posted a link of how World of Warcraft handles it, like a link to how they handle like multi-box and why they allow it there. And I didn't really read the whole conversation, but there is a conversation if you want to look it up. Although might need some digging.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think it's have more issue with the like moderating chat. I don't know how much moderate chat. I'm not sure because everyone has different lives, but I think that's off topic, so I'm not gonna talk too much about that.
And Sharpshooter is saying how, to be fair, I think the staff have more issues to deal with, like moderating chat, developing the game, stuff like that, making worlds. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's always a tough part as well, because, you know, we want these solutions, but it's also kind of, you know, there's a lot of multitasking that goes into that, and it just, yeah.
We have the brains behind Horse. We have a few people that actually know how to balance and handle stuff, and they usually talk. If there's an issue, they usually talk through it a lot, like a long time or so, either in private channels or sometimes in public channels. But they also have to work, and they also probably want to do their own stuff from time to time, so they probably don't always have the time to answer the questions and still work on the game at the same time. But that's just my estimation. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
would be fun to get multi-boxing scene out of the game, but I've heard that they're gonna make it so it's harder to multi-box at least, but it's probably gonna take a while till that thing is done.
Yeah. So we got Galaxy's typing, so we'll wait for that response. Ooh, got some tea. Galaxy says, even if they can't stop, just making it against the TOS would make people think twice. Yeah, and the thing is, even making it against the rules, like, that would deter some people, but, you know, people who really want to do it will always find a way to do it no matter what, and that's, you know, yeah, and you're right, it wouldn't, I don't see a way putting it against the rules would hurt, but, you know, yeah, Clone probably knows a little bit more than, obviously knows more than us on that, because he's staff. I can't really, yeah. Sharpshooters relating to how they didn't stop the botters in Alpha. Yeah.
To be fair, they did actually ban quite a lot of botters in Alpha. They also wrote down some players' names, like they made a list of it, but I don't think they got around to time to ban them because then beta came out. But it's quite hard to crack down on all of them because obviously GMs are not on 24/7, and I'm not entirely sure myself either because I haven't looked for the topic of why multi-boxing is allowed currently, but botting was definitely not, like, and it still isn't allowed botting. If you see someone using scripts, like if you see someone like a whole army walking like in the same direction at the same time, I mean, multi-boxing, I think itself is probably allowed, but abusing it is probably like for your own personal gain, ruining the experience for other people is probably what they don't like. But multi-boxing can be useful, like for testing stuff or also doing other activities. I'm not entirely sure what you would do with it though, because I've never tested it myself.
Sharpshooter saying how the influx of new players is getting harder and harder to deal with.
Not entirely sure. Like, how do you mean hard to deal with? Chat-wise, or just player-wise, or like, I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. MDL, Mr. T. Wait, is that what they call MDL now? Mr. T. It's a funny name. Legal because the TOS are not against it, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I would have to actually read through the topic of it to know. Let me actually search it up. Deck 5 box.
I know this is unrelated, but any Vanguard want to help me, because Quan is stream sniping me.
Nice. Tell them to go to the Brotherhood server and actually listen to Crimson's podcast about how they like. Oh wait, they're playing some Elder game now there.
He's hurting my IF. Ah.
Nice.
Frick.
Well, that is a good question, Galaxy, and I don't understand it either. Because I myself am not a deck, I'm not a developer, nor am I legal. Like I don't know most of this stuff how it works. Let me look it up for you though.
Oh wait, they're using this. Oh man, come on. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. it's been suggested that it be bannable or something, but you know, then we're brought to how would they ban it? How would that work?
It also might happen because cracking down on them would be harder because you need actual humans to be able to judge the situation. That would mean you'd have to have at least one GM on like every single day at all times. And sometimes people complain or like do false reporting, which might also be annoying. But I think there's a bit of a difference between just multi-boxing and buff bots. Like you can ask the GMs if they like multi-boxing or if they like buff bots. If you ask they like buff bots, they probably all tell you they don't like it. Especially Izzy Baby. You can ask her and she'll probably tell you she hates it.
Sharpshooter is saying how I think having like scouts to track them down and screenshot would work. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I feel like, you know, I've said this many times before in debates, is that people would probably start using scripts if it became bannable, so it wouldn't look like they were actually, you know, using buff bots or something. So they would, you know, the characters would still be moving, but also, you know, then it, yeah. I mean, we were able to get rid of people who use macro and, you know, who botted just based on watching their movements, but it's like, you know, who's gonna be responsible for that?
I think also another thing is to note that, you know, sometimes people just sometimes actual players just AFK at the sides and they may look like a multi-box, or, you know, someone just is, like, has maybe an account but shared it with other people and plays it together. But, it's most part I think why they don't, you know, make it against the rules, because it'd be hard to crack down and it increases like more people to annoy. Like it would be a bother to say to constantly have to crack on them all the time. But yes, it is problematic and it is like they're trying to find solutions, but it takes a lot of time. Well, I guess let's put it as Deck put it. If you make it fully illegal, then people make ways to make it even harder to detect. Like currently, it's easy to detect. You can like handle them easier, but afterwards, if you make them ban, like people have some pro hacking ones that are even harder to detect if they're multiple. But I'm not sure. All right. But MDL might answer that question for you since he's in there now, in the talking to text. Oof. But yeah. I think the most biggest problem with people having multi-boxes is just because it affects people that like are not using multi-boxes. Because in general, if they wouldn't bother anyone, like economically wise or gameplay wise, I think none would bother. But because why people have such an outcry about it is because they do have a bit of an advantage, let's say, a bit of an unfair one, but yeah, not sure to what extent.
Frick. I was trying to say hi to someone. Well, to Paper Doggy, hello. Lord Wano in live chat is saying DH used to be a god at spotting macros, if I recall. Oh my god. Sorry. Yeah.
You hear the sounds of multitasking.
Yeah, I was getting pickup error on a Turum, and I was like, oh, give me the freaking Turum, please.
I think it pick up error on turns.
I don't know, man, I just did, but it was freaking me out, but it's gone now. Yeah, if you got...
Yeah,
you guys just...
on.
Sorry. Sure.
DH is a god at spotting anything, like. But obviously DH doesn't have a lot of time. I don't even see him talk in any public chat, more in the janitor chat. Probably only talks in dev chats probably nowadays.
Yeah, you guys let me know when you're getting bored of the first question of is multi-boxing bad or good. Figure I should probably remind what the question is right now. So if you guys want to move on to a different one for now or something, just let me know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've already established that multi-boxing is probably bad, but it also depends on what kind of multi-boxing we're talking about, because there's multiple ways, like, to use multi-box, and like it depends on which kind of multi-box you mean. If it's multi-box spotting, yes, it is obviously bannable. But even normal multi-boxing, just let your character stand there, is also kind of not okay. And also using them as buff bots. I think using them as buff bots is the worst one. Item find ones aren't too terrible, although they're very annoying. But if you just put like a few like AFK players next to a side farm and still use your account to farm, it's not really much difference than just you being there in a level 35 mobs and farming it. It's not gonna make much difference unless you use buff bots. So your biggest problem I think still is buff bots, but they're hard to kill because they usually spawn. Unless they're in the open area, then have fun killing them. They're probably easy to kill. But yeah, the owners are very strong because they usually just farm bosses all day long with their buff bots. So they usually have quite powerful equipment with them.
Yeah. Sharpshooter is saying, I forgot the name of who had their level 70 alt archer with them after I killed them for farm killing me. Buff bots are evil. I hunt them in Favel, but the owners are too strong. And then Galaxy says also they should make non-mild, aka insane, unboxing bannable because that's what the TOS says. Yeah, we had a whole debate about what is considered mild in multi-boxing, and it was kind of determined that, multi-boxing in general is allowed. So in the TOS, there is really no version of what is extreme or not. It's just all multi-boxing is allowed, which is a little confusing in my opinion, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yes, obviously we don't like those, but how are you gonna determine if it's just your second account? Because one player could have two accounts at the same time. But like it's hard to crack them. Like you could have a playable party anywhere, like, and you could just run away from your party, and maybe people accuse you of buff botting. Or, it's not even botting to be fair, it's just switching tabs. But, because it is switching tabs, that's why it's like, is it really, like, illegal because you only use two, like, accounts at the same time? But, yeah. has a whole like categorization and like how you want to crack. I think the biggest thing is usually just have the manpower to constantly like crack down these players, because only GMs can ban players or like mute them, I guess. But well, what do you want to mute a buff for? It's actually pointless.
Sharpshooter is saying how he's seen 18 buff bots in groups. Galaxy says, so then make a rule, but don't enforce it, but you take out all the multi-boxer who follow the rules.
Wait, what? So then you make a rule but don't enforce it, but you still got all the inbox who follow a rule. What do you mean? Like, do you mean don't enforce the rule but still ban those who follow the rules? Wait, what? I'm a bit confused as to what you mean by that. I mean, to make a rule and enforce it is basically the same thing as just saying, hey kids, cigarettes not allowed, but then they're gonna be like, ooh, maybe cigarettes is a good thing then if the adults don't want me to use it and it's curiosity will kill the cat, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just for the people that want to like justify that buff botting is not allowed, but then they'll start constantly reporting. I think people who would follow the rules would probably already not buff bot. But if you do like add a rule in and don't enforce it, people are still gonna report it and they're gonna blame the staff for not like cracking out, for not doing anything or taking action, because the rule is already in place. And yeah, exactly, because then the staff will get blamed anyway, like, oh, you guys don't do anything about it, but it says it's against the rules, and then, you know, we'd have to be on in the game 24/7 to satisfy all the users and you know, complaints and wants, I guess, but I don't know.
And Sharpshooter is saying, like, one time I found a group of level 45 Hasselbots lying around. Galaxy replied, it's like some people would follow the rule regardless of its being enforced. And I think Galaxy also said, well then ban Valdrick and leave.
I don't like that play. I don't know, like, be fair, I guess. As long as they don't be too offensive about it, like talk trash about other players that don't use bootbot, and I'm generally fine with it. But if they're gonna be offensive about it, then I don't really like it. But you know, if you want to use buffbot, sure. You know, at one point you're gonna get bored of it anyway, because yeah, spoof bots. We call them boofers nowadays, by the way, if you guys didn't know already. It's like the okay boofer.
Okay.
I don't play this game enough to know all these memes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
there's
we're...
even more options.
Oh, God.
Also, yes,
Is that Quan?
I'm here.
Is that Quan? Oh.
Just here, just listening in.
Oh, come on, man.
Think
Galaxy said my name on the Horde server was Galactic Boofer for a week.
I like that.
wow, Galactic Boofer.
Galactic Boofer. Epic. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Dude, let's move to the next question, because we've been kind of lying around this one for a while. So, okay, the next one... Okay, well, I guess we've kind of...
Galaxy said we don't have Kek emoji BRB, let me edit.
So... The next question, pros and cons of M-boxing in terms of its effects on hordes, like socially and game-wise.
Well, for the pros, I think it's mostly just beneficial to the person who's using it, and not to really anyone else, unless like you're in a party and just like that one person is just spamming buff bots to everyone else on the team. That's like, I guess, the pros to it. The cons is just, well, abusing it and all that. Just like, yeah.
Obviously, it depends on which side you look from the pros. If it's from the person who uses it, or if it's from pros to hordes, like how helpful is it?
Yeah.
Obviously, it will help the user that uses buff bots to get a lot more gear because they can farm bosses easily by themselves, and
Yeah.
bosses give best gear usually. And
Galaxy said MDL once said that Hordes is meant to be a team game, but boxing is not team gameplay.
yes, obviously we know that's one of the cons because Hordes is like built around being a team game, and I guess you could argue that multi-boxing boosters is technically your team, so you could, argue against that, but currently the problem I think is just the system that the system like it's more rewardful to use booth bots than to be in a party, which is why instead of trying to ban this thing outright, it's just better to just make it so it's still more advantageous for the normal like party to be better. And even people say that it's like booth bots are like stronger, but not entirely. If your party is actually good and coordinates, it's quite easy to kill them. It's just that most parties, don't voice chat or anything. So they don't really like work or act together to kill like a booth bot because you could probably just agonize him a few times and taunt him and then freeze him and just haste to kill him. But because most people like aren't really coordinated, it's also hard to kill him. But another con would probably be that the economy, like it keeps rising. Like if you have seen the golds, like prices just keep going up. Because these buff
3,000
bots-
gold for something.
I know because they farm so many insane gear and have so much quantity of them all the time. It's like only like the rich people, like the people that constantly item find farm, will actually be able to buy them. And yeah, it's really hard for new players. I mean, it is end game gear, so I guess it's not too bad, but it's still kind of annoying. Like,
Galaxy said emoji kept new emoji.
oh god. But another thing is if you use buff bots socially, you'll usually get shut on. Like people would just hate you for it, which I guess is a con for the user. Although I don't think most really care about that. But I think something kind of funny is that most of the buff botters, well not all of them, but some of them are actually quite intellectual people, so they do actually get quite good feedback. But I think cons of it is just that some people stop playing because buff bots are just so annoying to deal with that they just outright give up and just play another game, which is what I did for a while because there was just no updates, buff bots everywhere. So I was just like, you know what, I'll be better off playing another game because I'll just wait for an update that, balances it out or, makes it more reason to play the game. Because currently, if I play, it's fine. I farm up gold, but prices just increase because everyone else has more gold than me and because, I can easily get it. And, it's also kind of pointless to get better gear either because PvP everyone uses booth bots sometimes, not everyone, but some people use booth bots, so it's just like I can't kill them anyway, so why do I bother getting better gear? The only thing I really enjoy is wars and arenas, but wars, not everyone uses booth bots, and like people actually like turn off their booth bots for wars nowadays, which is kind of nice. And thank you to all the boofers out there who actually do turn them off for wars. But yeah. An advantage for it though is if you're in a war and you're outnumbered, you still have an option. Turn it around.
Sharpshooter said, sorry, the cons are they take up a lot of space for people who need it, they make PvP unfair due to people abusing them, they make fair PvP impossible, like people using bots to kill a boss like normally, would need a full party, and then in general make the scenery less pretty, in my opinion. Are they gonna get mad at me if I take these? Please, let me take these. Okay, are they gonna get mad at me, or are they gonna stop? Sorry, I'm making sure that I'm not stealing someone's farm, even though it's multi-boxers. I still don't want to get flamed again. Yeah, so I definitely think, yeah, con, people are gonna hate you if you do it, because, yeah, and the interesting thing is, there's a whole thing of, you know, there's a staff member who multi-boxes, and, you know, if it becomes yeah, so we get things like that when, Jason. Yeah, so definitely socially, con, you'll be hated. And yeah, I feel like the cons definitely outweigh the pros. You know, definitely people will be getting better loot, but also, you know, like, yeah, I'm multitasking, so I'm not really, like, my brain is kind of everywhere at once right now, sorry. MDL hasn't played in a while that I've seen, so I don't think he multi-boxes, but I don't know. But we're just gonna boost this.
Assholes, I think, in multi-boxes. I also know a few other people. I don't really care for multi-boxes because I don't want to shun them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing because you have veterans multi-boxing, and it's almost like most of the veteran population on Hordes does multi-box because I guess they have been grinding for so long, which is why they're more prone to it. But I don't really know. And in live chat, I Love Anime says you don't need a full party to kill a boss, so that's not part of it. And then Bricko Was says, oh god, I don't understand. That's just a really okay. That's not related.
Not really forced to it. Like, I think it's just because it's not like it's allowed and it gives you an advantage, so they use it. So yes, it is probably just because other people use it and they see, oh, I can use it without punishment, so they use it. But actually, most veterans don't really use blue bots. Like the old veterans, like most players just quit because I've seen like higher clans, like most Bloodlust players, most of the pros are not even playing anymore because it's so stupid, and they're just waiting for a new update right now. So like newer players is probably the more people that use the booth bots. I mean, there are some old players that use it, but most people I see use multi-boxing are the newer players that use them. But also the amounts. I mean, more people are using it, which is kind of stupid. But if I log on, because in my time zone I don't see any multi-boxers, so I never really saw the full extent of how like old farms take it. So if I go online, I like don't really see anything out of hand. It's just like 1 or 2 people multi-boxing and farming bosses. But you know, I don't care either. But most of the time, I don't even see them killing bosses. So it also depends on what time zone you're playing. Because my time zone, like I don't see anyone, you know, multi-boxing. So I don't really mind them as much as some other people that play in the time zone where like there are 5 multi-boxers online. But I think what just makes multi-boxing as strong is because it makes them a one-man party. So they can like do something that would require 10 people to do most of the time. Obviously they don't have the skills for it, like don't have the buffs. I think the biggest problem is really just to nerf the buffs. And maybe the item find a bit, although the item find is kind of fine, but the buffs might have to be reworked a bit, which I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think it was being planned, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's I saw a suggestion at one point that said just make it so buffs aren't stackable anymore. Which obviously, like, take it with a grain of salt. You know, there are cons to that, obviously, because in wars, and it's just overall, you know, yeah.
Wait, let me think again, what was I gonna say? Ah, crap, I forgot what I wanted to say. What was it again?
Fundo. Oh my god. Did I get it? Yes. Sorry. That moment where you see a fundo on the ground and you're just like, oh, give me that right now.
Oh yeah, now I remember what I wanted to say. Basically, like, if you make it, like, non-stackable, like, unstackable is just not fun, because then there's really, like, no point for, like, to unlock, like, use skill points on any of the buffs. I mean, it is kind of a point if you don't have a full party, but if you party, you can just have to constantly, like, just switch around your skill point, like, let's say one player would have. It would be interesting to see, but it's not really that nice, because then people would have to switch builds constantly for, like, the party they're in, because it'd be pointless to have skill points on something that doesn't really do anything except for a refresh stack rate. I mean, one thing I suggested before was to just remove the buff if you're not near, like, the owner, like, not near enough. Like, say you're half map distance or like a third map distance away from the original caster, it might disappear. It's also not really the best solution, because people go AFK and sometimes you get killed, so you lose the buff, which would be stupid. So I don't know. Like, you would have to have a whole darn new system, probably make buffs, like, less abusable, I guess.
Yeah. So for people who just joined the voice channel, the questions we've had so far are, is multiboxing bad or good, which we pretty much established that it's bad. And then we were discussing pros and cons of multiboxing. So if, you know, want to give input on those things since you just joined, feel free to do so. And of course, I have the Talking to VC chat open, so if you don't have a microphone, you can just chat in there, and I have it open so we can see what you're saying. Looks like nothing so far, so yeah. Definitely, like Sharpshooter says, he said that he dropped a epic bone armlet set before multiboxing was even really existing on Hordes. And yeah, and he also says that unstackable buffs would make wars much harder. That, yeah, we can all pretty much agree with that, I think. And whenever you guys are ready to move on to the next prompt, just let me know. And if you just have, you know, random thoughts that you want to voice right now, since we're kind of at a, you know, waiting to see if anyone has any thoughts, you know, feel free to just, you know, put them out there. Hey, welcome, Nate. Please give me the melon. Please give me the melon. Please give me the freaking melon. Please. Give me. Yes, please.
Guess I'll just wait for the next question.
It looks like we've got no... Oh, frick, I didn't get it. So, okay. I guess we'll move on for now, and people can just voice their thoughts when they want to. And Erwin in live chat, I don't know who started the war. I'm not in the war, so I got no idea. So possible solutions is another thing. And this one, obviously, is kind of tricky, so yeah. Possible solutions to fix multi-boxing, get rid of it, or, you know, beat it down a bit. We partially addressed this a little bit already with removing stackable buffs and putting it in the rules to not allow it, which would deter some people, but of course, not everyone. Okay. Yeah, so if anyone has any ideas for possible solutions to multi-boxing, either getting rid of it or beating it down, that is the next prompt. Nothing so far? No one?
I don't know, like... Basically just rework the buffs and maybe make the item find a bit different as well, or just make like actual human farming more like beneficial, which I think it is, but you would have to have a full item find party for usually to make it more beneficial, or like a very organized party, which is kind of annoying to make because not everyone has constantly time. But yeah, like humans are still like actual players are still stronger than multi-boxers or buff bots, but you'd have to organize it because buff bots are generally well organized because you can just go back to spawn, get his buffs, and then keep walking out. But it's not the same for actual players because you have younger players playing who may not understand the game fully, or like how do you handle strategize or whatever, and that's why buff bots are powerful because they're generally easy and they don't require like to tell your team what to do, what to cast or whatever to rebuff. Because I've been in parties and the mages don't even enchant, which is the simplest of simple things to do as a mage. But I guess it just takes too much time to enchant everyone in the party.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my take on the solution. Is basically just rework buffs, or do something else about it.
And of course, there's kind of the issue of people being power leveled when they, because being power leveled, you're not learning how to play the game. You're just having someone farm for you, which I think is probably part of the issue of people not knowing, good tactics or anything, because they're not, they don't have that actual experience. They just kind of sat there and power leveled.
Will probably just makes them, it's not necessarily a bad thing, power leveling. It makes them, not get bored of the game too fast. At the beginning, of course, like some people don't like the endless grind, but they're probably gonna leave anyway if they don't like grinding, because afterwards you grind for equipment. But some people just don't like to level up and get to 45, so they just use power level. But power leveling, I think it makes the user less like aware of whenever someone's going to attack your farm or whatnot, because mostly if you power level, you're safe. So like one of things, the players that get power level, new players, because they're usually not aware of the surroundings that much, because they haven't been punished for it yet. But I don't think they wouldn't know how to use skills. I think using skills is just actually reading what the skill does and testing it out, which is why some people just don't do it. Like, they see, ooh, cool flashy orb, alright, I use it, it makes big damage, big wow. But like some younger people, of course, they don't understand like what it does or to what extent you can use it or how to combo stuff, which is fair enough because they're also learning, and someone would have to teach them if they can't figure it out themselves. But I don't know why I'm talking about power leveling now, anyway. But yeah, like some newer players are not that smart. Just combos are hard to master. One class combo, if it's just solo combos, not that hard, but team combos are something that there's so many possibilities. Like that would actually make you very powerful if you have a very good like team combo, but you'd obviously need to have the correct people, the correct builds and whatnot.
Yeah. Sharpshooter is saying how it's a chocolate. I'm right. Combos are harder to master. Double ice bolt took me a while to master. Yeah, and making it bannable for sure. Like we mentioned earlier, of course, you're gonna have that issue of school players, people on the same IP, like siblings playing and they're on the same IP address, and then they both get banned if one of them gets banned, and school players and spotting it, which we've mentioned before, we talked about a little bit earlier as well. So it's definitely, tricky is an understatement. Anyone else have some thoughts on possible solutions for multi-boxing?
I don't think anyone has any. Oh wait, no.
Nope.
Alright, Wart doesn't have a spot. Wart was gonna say something, he just comes on and goes, nope.
Alright, let's see what the next prompt is. So, alright. We've already kind of discussed this. Should it be bannable? If so, where are some possible ways to make a generally unflawed system for banning? I guess I was expecting us to get some more people against multi-boxing in this. I mean, like, for multi-boxing in this, which I guess makes it a little bit, like, tricky to actually have a solid
for
combo.
multi-boxing. I mean, we're not really for multi-boxing, we just like to look at it from different angles, because obviously I don't like multi-boxing, it's annoying, but to deal with it is even more annoying than just having multi-boxers in the game. Like for the devs, I would imagine, because you want to deal with them, you'd have to have a lot of human resources on all the time, and like banning them requires GMs, but you also need to trust that the GMs don't follow ban, and people also complain sometimes if you don't outright ban just because you've determined it is not a or like it's not a multi-box. Like not even if bots obviously get banned, but if it's just a multi-box or a booth bot, or like if it's not an actual one, but some people just think he's one, and then they get mad at the GMs for not doing, like it creates a headache, and it's just even more annoying to handle, I would imagine. So it's like to say it's make a rule against it. It also means you'd have to enforce it. If you don't enforce it, they just make a rule and don't enforce it. People would then complain you don't enforce it, but if you do enforce it, then some people complain you don't enforce all of them, or you're not on 24/7 or maybe there's a false ban, or maybe there's a maybe you did enforce it, but it was a evaluated. It's not a multi-boxer. It is a multi-boxer. It just creates all sorts of problems, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyone else?
One in live chat is saying students shouldn't be on hordes on their school laptop, on their school computers anyway. Well, I mean, students shouldn't be on hordes on their school computers anyway. Yeah.
To be fair, you aren't even supposed to play games, but who even multi-boxes on a school laptop? I don't think anyone does that. So I think those are the least of our concerns.
That's actually a fair point. Yeah, that, because as far as I know, a lot of schools just use Chromebooks, and
I used to play Hordes all the time on my school Chromebook, like back in 2016, late 2016.
People will play on it, but it's like, can you actually like make a? I mean, can a system handle that many tasks? I guess you could actually, because it doesn't run the tabs at all times. But I don't know. To make that system on your school computer, like, man, serious dedication.
so then I guess we need to double check that info of, like, you know, the idea of school players being banned, because, you know, like,
Galaxy said I'm on school Chrome ebook. I mean CR asterisk P book RMLOL.
Alright. Well, used to work good on my Chromebook. Used to work really well. I used to get like good FPS.
but imagine
during the
multi-boxing on that, though. Like, we have to think about that. Like, are people actually multi-boxing on their school computer?
Why are we talking about school computers? They're the least of our concerns.
Well, because, okay, because
I don't think
I
the
was
majority
told,
of people play Hordes there.
because at one point,
Yeah.
they were like, we can't make it IP banned because there are school players, but then it's like, how many of those school players actually multi-box on a school laptop? Like, yeah.
I mean, you can just ban a device instead of the whole IP, but you don't even have to necessarily ban the IP. You can just make the character unlockable. I mean, I can imagine that could make a system that would make just the character unable to log in, like the one specific that was used for buff botting. But I don't know. It would require work and time, and obviously we'd want to have more content instead of just, you know, spending an entire month just to solve like multi-boxers issue, and then, you know, the whole game's dead after that because, you know, multi-boxers are there's still like players who play the game. If you ban those or kick those, and then you work an entire month with no updates except for getting rid of buff bots, like most general players also leave. And then you need another like month to make more content, maybe. I'm not sure how long it takes. And then at that point, it's just like, is it worth it, you know? I don't know. I mean, I guess you could, but I think most big thing right now is just to give time, you know, to let, because obviously it's still in beta. Stuff is gonna happen like this. But yeah, it just takes time to work on the system, and also to probably like find a solution, but also implement it. Because obviously, the deck also, like, you have to realize deck also kind of like, he isn't like a machine that if you tell it to do this, it will do this. Like, humans also take breaks, they also have inspiration, interest, passion. I'd imagine deck probably just wants to work like updates on the game, and rather instead of like cracking down on like multi-boxers all the time. It also gets taxing for him, because if he does that, it probably also makes him very like frustrated, bored, and possibly annoyed, and that would also make him unable to update like have much time and also passion to update the game further because he's stressed out and he's down. Maybe I'm not sure. But
Galaxy said, MDL, do you have anything to say?
the T man. I love how they just call MDL the T man. Anyway, MDL, got anything or are you just listening? It's fine if you don't have anything, to be fair. But yeah. Okay, he just goes T, alright. That means either confidential or either been discussed or doesn't want to discuss, I'd imagine.
I can imagine it's
Bird
probably.
said MDL is otherwise in.
I can imagine it's probably not wanting to speak publicly necessarily about it.
Or he has already discussed and doesn't want to, but I don't think they want to discuss it publicly either because, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because then people constantly quote him on that thing. They'll always say, oh, because obviously above conversation, people kept quoting stuff that maybe MDL said before about multi-boxing, and maybe the information's outdated, or maybe it's just on like one side or taken out of context. That's why some people probably don't always want to voice their opinions, because then people always, take it and always say, oh, like they said that, but now they do something different or whatever.
Which
So,
is definitely why Deck doesn't speak a ton about it, I can imagine.
yeah. Well, he doesn't speak like publicly on the issues too much. I mean, he does speak on them, but I think publicly is also kind of annoying because people don't always blame me for it. And yeah, people
Dex said
don't always
this, Dex said
quote
that.
him for it. At least I think. I'm not entirely sure of it. It's just my take on it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Deck definitely has a
He
lot,
has a lot to deal with.
Yep.
He's an awesome dev, though, to make so much and like create a whole team and still keep working on this game. And a browser game at that. Like if it was a normal game, it'd probably be easier because more people probably like make those type of games. But Deck makes a browser game which is also much different than your average game because you have to like kind of work it out so that the game can be played in the browser very well, but also on different kinds of operating systems.
Yeah.
And still be fun at that content. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. Tricky.
Yeah. That's why most of the time when we have these kind of discussion, it always ends at like there's a lot that you can do about it. Well, not really, but like it gets discussed a lot of times, I'd imagine. But in the end, it always takes time to let it be patched. And obviously, there's not just one side to it. There's many sides, and how you can fix it. There's also more than just one. Like, could we outright ban it or go against it, or like the staff team, or whatever? Yes, but does it create other problems? Yes, that's probably why. Outright banning them probably has been done yet because it makes more issues than it solves. At least I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Because if you solve an issue, you don't want it to create more issues. Anyway, anyone else?
Oh, darn it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's... I'm glad we were able to discuss this in a very chill fashion, because I feel like a lot of the time in the Horde server, whenever it's discussed, it gets heated very quickly, so there's kind of a stigma around discussing it at all, and I'm very glad we were able to just kind of, get this discussion going without anyone flaming, but I think it's also because we don't have any hardcore multi-boxers in this chat, so I'm not sure how much we can say about it being chill if we haven't really had a ton of challenge in what we say, because we've mostly all kind of agreed on everything, so...
Yeah, I think generally if you want the full picture of multi-boxing, you might also want to get a an actual multi-box like that uses multi-boxing regularly to see his take, because obviously if you want to fix a solution, you also want to know, why they use it or what's beneficial to them, and maybe how they think it could be fixed or what they think on multi-boxing. Because currently we only have the sides of what the people who don't use multi-boxing think, but you might also you'd also obviously want to know the size of the person that does use multi-boxing, because their views are probably a lot different than us, or maybe they're the same but like there's a few points are different. So yeah, that would be interesting to have a regular user use multi-box to discuss it as well. And you don't really have to get heated about it. It's usually mostly that the debates are on tech, and people get rather heated when they use texting. Voice chat, not so much. I figure over the years of using voice chat that people don't get too excited when it's voice chats. Anyway, it's been a fun chat though. Appreciate for everyone staying calm and just having people to talk to.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that we'd get actual multi-boxer in here when that hardcore does it, but I just put the invite out and didn't really want to kind of shove it down anyone's throat, so I just kind of left it at that, saying join if you want,
Get bot pipes in here. Just kidding. I mean, we could ask Hassels, or maybe actually I'm not sure if Hassels is the owner of this buff boss. I think I've seen him use them. Not sure though.
I mean, if anyone wants to invite some people to the server to discuss it, feel free to invite people. Get the discussion going.
It'd come right now though, because there's something else going on now. I'm also kind of interested. And you'll know what I'm talking about.
What?
Nothing, it's just that we're having a fun time at another area right now. But,
Really?
oh yes, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Anyway, but yeah, multi-boxing. I mean, it's generally if you talk about multi-boxing, you also have to understand what type. I think the biggest problem, as we've established before, is buff botting. And maybe item fight. Item fight is not that big of an issue. I think buff botting is the biggest one, because it enables you to kill bosses solo. I mean, you could also kill bosses on your own buff bots, but it's much easier. And it's much easier to fight PvP, because your teammates aren't constantly going around. And the only downside is you constantly have to refresh your buffs if you use multi-boxes. You have to jump around, unless it's in your farm. But even if they're in your farm, it also makes it harder, to secure them, because they're easy to kill in the farm. There is a downside to using buff bots sometimes, but it isn't that bad considering the rewards you get for using buff bots. But I think sometimes when people use the word multi-boxing, you have to actually be specific or clarify which type you're talking about with the staff or GM, because sometimes they have different points of view, or they think you talk about other thing. At least that's what I think. I'm not sure, alright? But if you'd have to tell them, because if maybe the other person thinks you're just talking about using a few accounts at once to maybe do something else, but the other person thinks using my buffs constantly all the time is I don't know, it depends on the situation. So probably next time when you're speaking with a staff, you want to maybe clarify it, which type you're talking about, and also maybe ask them first if there's been talked about, or if you guys are thinking of solutions, because sometimes it has been thought of solution, it has been discussed. And I mean, if they're down for a discussion, sure, go ahead, because sometimes there's something always new that comes out of discussions. But yeah, but it's an interesting topic, because it's easy to hate on, but it's also you know,
Yeah.
like it's like I don't know. It's an interesting topic that like it's basically botters back in alpha because people use macros, but like it's hard to determine even then in alpha when it was a macro when it was a bot, and you also need a GM on all at the time, but GMs are usually working behind the scenes and all that kind of cool stuff on, and they don't always have the time to go in games unless you make like a whole squad of like moderator teams that just crack down on them, but then you'd also need to trust them. But to be able to trust them, you probably also want to assign them like work, but then they would be working on other stuff in the background again, so it's also kind of hard. But I don't know. I think the main part now is just to wait and see how it turns out, I guess, because yeah, I think maybe after like more updates, when there's more stuff, there maybe there's gonna be like special like, you know, stuff that maybe buff
Yeah.
bots like especially arena, like arenas like buff bots kind of pointless in them, like maybe if arena give rewards as well, then maybe, you know, like the average player that doesn't buff bot all the time could get stuff. Would that be a solution? But of course buff botters, or but not buff botters, but buff like boofers, I guess as I should call them, multi-boxers, still have better gear, so they probably still have an advantage in arena anyway. But although the higher ones on the arena are more like organized Vanguard parties right now. But yeah, it's.
Have you guys seen
Yeah.
any people like
Yeah.
boofing in arena? Sorry if I missed that.
No, why? Why would you boof in arena? That's like the worst thing to do.
I don't know, man, but people, I.
Well,
Oh,
generally-
I'm about to die!
generally why-
Just coming out. Oh
Don't know why
God.
people don't boof in arena is because they. Okay, I'll wait for you to.
Sorry,
I'll
I'm
wait for you
being.
to survive first.
Holy mother of God! The entire Chap clan just ganked me.
Nice. Anyway,
Sorry.
but yeah, but arenas is kind of hard to boof because most of the time there's not really any point because like it depends on who you queued up against. If you queued up against real players, buff bot's kind of useless because then they'll just get targeted first and then you die. But arena bots also are very well organized at the same time, so your boof bots die as well, or your boof accounts, I should say, not bots, because they're not actually bots, they're just tab opened, and they get killed anyway. So like there's no advantage to it, and to get like 1 or 2 more players for arena parties fairly simple. I'd say you just go in chat and ask, hey, anyone up for PvP or arena, and you know most people would join into arenas because they don't really need metal, nor do they need like the rating. KOV, wait, is KOV starting a war? I don't think so.
I don't know, man, but freaking gangs, like the entire Chap clan just flooded into the farm, and I was just like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Interesting though, like they're currently
You
like.
expected the worst.
Yeah, I mean, Chap's kind of interesting though. They are starting to gain momentum. Although I don't really agree with their server build-up, but I guess they're capable right now. Hopefully they'll actually play a long time, because most new clans always die out after a while of dominating, which is what happens with most clans, BFB, Asura, Ivy, in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chap is nice. They're not toxic. They just like to play. They're just a bunch of
Galaxy
players.
said at least Chap's not toxic.
Yeah, Chap's kind of fun because they don't actually, you know.
But the gangs.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah, but that's a part of the game.
They are pretty chill.
I hate
Yeah,
being
Chap's.
ganked.
Hey, that's a part of the game, man. Like, if your game says PvP, you can expect gang. But anyway,
I know.
so do we have anything else to discuss on multi-boxing or boofers, or do we just talk about anything now?
I mean,
So
yeah, I guess we
pretty
can
sure-
discuss whatever.
Yeah, because I think we're pretty much at this point we're just talking about chap and other stuff for now.
Yeah. How's the melon market looking now?
No idea, man. I've long stopped worrying about that because after I changed my build from a farming like shaman to a like full on support type, I couldn't solo farm anymore.
It's
But,
so
um,
low.
Galaxy said rune prices are dropping faster than
Holy
IRL oil
frick!
prices.
A Turum is 70C. I mean 70S. What the frick? And a melon is
On level
75.
8.
Oh my
75.
lord! Are you kidding me,
oh,
bro?
that's cheap.
That is cheap. That's the cheapest I've seen it in a long time.
I mean, it's gonna happen. Like the longer people play, the more like the price is gonna drop because more people have these items. Like currently, like the prices for good items may go up for a while, but probably after all, and everyone already has the best stuff, they'll probably go down again. So yeah, actually not entirely though, because people have more gold farm. Because like a big problem is probably because people they have so much gold in their stash. That's the only problem with it, but it also depends on who buys.
Galaxy said the Horde stocks market is crashing. LOL, too much inflation.
Nah. I think it'll go down though again because at some point the rich are already fully geared out and they're probably not gonna buy too many more of them per year. I don't know though. We'll see.
Yeah.
I still kind of want to pog new hype map though, but that's probably not gonna happen soon.
Rune prices equal oil prices. Oil prices, holy frick! Like, yeah, no, it's insane. Like literally, they're like lower.
Oh, yeah.
Galaxy said we need a Horde's parkour map.
Parkour map.
Dude, I freaking am.
For mages, maybe that'd be cool, but I don't know.
Galaxy said $1 a gallon. LOL.
$1 a gallon where you are, dude.
Imagine just
Galaxy
like
said-
servers that are just
Yeah.
built just like making
They're
custom
cheap,
maps. Crap.
Yeah, custom maps. I mean, you can only make custom maps. Just you can't test it currently because I think you actually need a server
Galaxy
to run
said
them.
only $1.5.
Now that's an increase. That's an increase right there. $0.5.
1.5. Oh my
Point
goodness,
to
that
five.
changes it all.
Yeah, I'm
Nope.
just gonna stop. Give me the money I need.
That's 50 cents high.
Well, I have the money and the prizes for the VSM server ready for the content competition. I'm gonna be broke after it though. $5 gold and 20 lucids is the prize.
Wait, what did Lucids do again?
What? They,
I'm just now.
runes are used to upgrade items. Raises
Oh
the
yeah,
stats.
yeah, thing, yeah.
Alright, I'm back now.
Alright.
I don't know.
Galaxy said, yeah, I need TI Window 5G me poor.
But honestly, I can farm gold pretty fast if I like solo IF farm because yeah.
Quite fast.
Jesus, look at all of these people at the.
But I changed my build to a support type. It's way more fun than wars or PvP.
Oh, I don't want to be
but
part of their buff bot farm. No, I didn't want it X'd up for that. I wanted to war.
Wait, they're warring now?
I thought that there was a war going on, but I put X for party, and, like, they invited me to their buff butt farm. I was like, these are not the, yeah. These are not the Jedi you're looking for.
You want to X for war, usually. X, invite me to war party, like into the war party or something. Not, into a, yeah. What KOB? I don't, wait, is KOB warring? I'm not sure. I think they have their war channel hidden.
Oh, yeah, the droids. Oh, I completely messed up that phrase. I'm so sorry. I'm a fake Star Wars fan, even though I've seen it. Yeah.
Hello.
Anyone in the pits? Pits. No one's in the pits? And I got in all my war gear, and there's no one in the pits. Roger.
What
Yeah.
pit?
Pit.
Farms pit.
There's no one in the pits. X for war, please.
What are the pits?
We, because we as Hordes players are lazy in our, language, we just, yeah, it's the 43 area in Feyval. Holy Mother of God! Oh no, I'm about to be ganked again! No! No, please, I didn't ask for this. I did not ask for this. No, you know, I'm gonna freeze it. I'm gonna take it down with me. Okay.
King Cat said, I think every gaming community has some kind of slang LMAO. Galaxy said it's the VG43s to be exact.
That was depressing. I didn't even see them coming. I would just literally, like, I looked at the map and there was suddenly a swarm and I was like, oh, that's sad. But now we're gonna go warring, guys. It's war time.
Oh boy, a war?
Yes.
That sounds like...
yeah.
War.
Dude, I'm gonna give you all buffs. Or, wait, I don't have any buffs. Well, okay, I can... Wait, what can I do?
No, I'm not interested in warring right now.
I got 4 skills, 3 small HP potions, and 5 small MP.
Can someone please invite me to their war party? I need a war party. Oh.
Oh, I forgot I was still in a clan. I'm surprised I wasn't kicked yet. Probably because Julia likes me. Yeah. Well, what clan was it? Oh, it's Ari. How's that clan been doing? How that clan's doing?
No idea. Julia hasn't been active
Ari.
in a while. Like, actually, no, she was on
Ari.
last week, I think.
We have 147 gold. We're doing pretty good, I think.
Someone invite me to their gosh heckin' war party, bro! Give me birthday, please.
Yep.
Yes!
33,000. Damn.
I wanna know! Oh, yeah. I like 'em thick. I like 'em chunky. I
Wow.
like 'em round.
In this clan is 45.
Stalking Cat said, don't tat stuff.
You go along the list of my clan, you see all these level 45s, a few like level 30s, and then you just see me, a singular digit level 7. You just see me.
Yo, anyone remember the level 7 challenge? That was terrible. That was the time of my life. Oh, they're going. Oh, time to run. Son of a gun! Couldn't get on my mount fast enough, bro. Oh my, I'm about to die, yeah. Yeah. Ouch. Oh, gosh darn it, our shaman died. Back we go. Boop, boop, be-doo, boop. Am I 45 yet? No, I'm not. I'm 43. But I just want to say, it's slow. Terrible.
43. What a noob.
Helps all, my dude.
Oh, hey, look. It's night now. I completely forgot the game had a day-night cycle.
Did everyone die? Where are we retreating? Oh, we're retreating. Wait. Oh, we're not retreating. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, we're staying here. I guess. I don't know. Buff up again. Try. Gosh, stop. Stop moving. Stop moving. I'm trying to give you buffs. Yeah. I don't know where we're going, but I guess we're just following this guy. It's literally, like, the war is just against the Chap clan, I feel like. It's just like, I have been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku. Yeah, I'm trying to think of more iconic Star Wars. Oh! Oh! I'm in the wrong side of this war! It's time to run. Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. I mean, much obliged. You are not gonna kill me. Gosh darn it. Gosh, no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna die. I don't know how I'm still alive right now. How the frick am I still alive? I don't even understand how I'm still alive right now. How am I still alive? Oh god, I'm not gonna be alive for long. Oh, no, no, no. Why am I still... How did I last that long? And charms, right. Right. Charms are
You okay?
never okay.
That's pretty honest.
But okay, review of the prequels for Star Wars. Yeah. Anakin acting is just no.
Yeah, what do you mean? Prequels are the best of Star Wars.
I mean, the story I feel like was pretty. I liked the story, but the acting
I liked
was
it.
questionable.
Like, the real reason why I really like Star Wars is because the memes are hilarious as hell. Hello there.
To be honest, every line in Star Wars is pretty iconic. Every single line said in that movie.
Just confused. Visible confusion. I feel like how just the second episode where Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Obi-Wan just like was talking to the those aliens on the clone factory thingy
Oh
there.
yeah.
And when he turns subtitles at one point, he looks at her like confused, and the subtitles just go visible confusion.
Dude, I
Like, that was so good. Oh, I like the memes of prequels. They're just funny. And by the way, I hate sand. It's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere. But I have to go now. Been fun talking to y'all guys.
Only I can protect you
Yeah.
now, Padme.
In it.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you for the discussion.
Bye.
Power! More power! I'm gonna be called a boomer soon.
What was creepy? Execute order 66.
Execute. Oh wait. Execute order
What
66.
did I say that was creepy?
Gosh darn it.
Oh,
You like jazz?
Jazz.
Is everyone leaving the war? That's unepic. Everyone's leaving the war. Okay, well, I guess I'm... Yeah. Goodbye. They're talking about Twinks, and I don't like Twinkies. Actually, okay, I like Twinkies, but I don't like Twinks.
Top of the Oh, my game crashed. That's
That's unepic. Anything from their farm I can steal. Nothing worth it, so. Boop. Boop. I love how Stark isn't even pro at beta yet, and the archer is terrible, and yet just over there just sitting there getting that multi-box loot.
yeah, I know, right? What a boomer.
I need to work on my gosh darn defense. I'm still kind of squishy. How long have we been going for, anyway? Also, everyone watching right now, likes are appreciated. Also, we're trying to hit 1K subs.
About an hour and a
this
half.
year.
Over an hour and a half.
That's pretty fair. How about you guys? Okay, kind of bored. Kind of want to grab some ice cream or something. And I gotta do my fitness challenge push-ups, which I've moved to the coffee table now, not my counter. Yeah. All right. Let's check on the clan. No new applications. Yeah. Alright guys, I think we're gonna end the stream here. Oh, we just got another viewer, man. Okay, maybe we'll continue for a little bit longer. Everyone watching right now, please, we're trying to hit 1K subs this year. It'd be great. So, you know, if you would like to do the great service of helping contribute to that. We've been stuck in
the 600.
But we've been stuck in the 580s for like a few weeks now, and man, it's killing me. We just need to get out of the 580s, but no bot subbing, sub-botting, or alt subbing. That's, no, bad. Blech. But, yeah, definitely likes, appreciated. And probably in my videos, it would probably help us actually get to our goal faster if I remind people to actually subscribe at the end of the video, but I figure that's kind of really cliche, so I stopped doing it for a while, but then it's kind of reflecting. So, I don't know, yeah. I don't want to be that cliche YouTuber that's like, oh my god, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, you know, it would mean so much to me if you did that. You know, that's just cliche. No, bad. Anyone for 3v3? Let's see if anyone wants to do some 3v3, because I'm in my war armor and I don't want to reset my stats again. So.
Oh, you can reset stat?
Yeah.
Wow.
People do it all the time to put all their stuff into luck so they have better IF.
I see a lot of people that just like put all their points into just like 1 or 2 or 3 stats, 2 or 3 slots, and just leave the rest of blank.
Yeah, and some of them you should. Like, as a mage, you want to go all int with their stat points, but get items that have stamina and like stamina defense and not wisdom, int. They're retreating. Is a war still going on, or is everyone just leaving?
I'm gonna put all of mine just into defense. Defense only.
But aren't you an archer? Hiya! Frida! Blah, blah, blah. I didn't get anything from that. That totally sucks. Oh, they're all right there. Holy okay. X for war. X, please.
Dash.
Stop. Yeah, you're.
Huh? Am I like talking very loud or screaming very loud?
Just ruined.
Stalking cat said yes.
Just ruined stalking spears.
Ooh.
How do you feel about that? Just made someone go that.
Oh my god, helps out saying, you're Wait, you're mental. I never had 15k. What is this, Harry Potter? You're mental. Frickin' heck, kill the Sham, kill the Sham, kill the Sham, kill the Sham, kill the gosh darn Sham. Got him. X. Now I got caps. Anyone gonna invite me to your party, please? I left the other one because everyone was leaving and they wanted to go twink and I didn't want to be a part of that. Hey. Hey. Anyone see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Hey. Yo, do I need to run him out of money?
I've never seen that.
It's very good. The animation is very original, and it's, yeah, it's good. It's puberty. Can someone give me a party for the war? Holy cow. What is happening?
What?
Sounds like someone is dying.
No. Well, someone's dying. Do you hear like screaming in the background or something?
X. Whoa, why am I moving backward? Ah, stop saying you were sending too many messages. I'm not doing anything. Ah, son of a gun, I wasn't paying attention. Son of a nutcracker. Ah, they're all coming. Oh, they're all coming. Oh, they're all coming. Oh, they're all coming. Oh, they're all coming. They're all coming. They're all coming. Oh, God. Oh, send help. This is where I die. Please help me. Oh, my God. Please, someone invite me to a war party. I need one. Getting butchered over here. Please, send help. Actually, are all of the parties full and I need to make a new one? Or I don't know. Okay, looks like they need a... Alright. We're just waiting to see if anyone else needs. Q? Oh. Let's mount up and drive off into the distance. Whee! Well, we got Frenzy, a war party, but we do need to get more people in here. There's
Man.
always something left to remind me.
I just hate doing work online.
I was born to love her, and I'll never be free. She'll always be a part of me.
So, got some news. It's gonna be getting my diploma mailed to me by the 15th.
I'm sorry that this happened on your senior year.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. A little bit. But nothing we can do about it. Just have to learn to move on from it.
Gosh darn it, kill freaking hot pipes. Good lord, I'm gonna die. They've seen me. Oh my lordy goodness, help me, God. Just kill the gosh darn warrior. Goodness gracious, oh God, I'm going to die. Don't kill me. No,
Yeah.
oh God, send help,
Get
send
'em.
help, send help, send heals, heals,
Get 'em.
heals.
You got it. You got this. You show those warriors who's lost. You show those
Now why did I cast that one? Gosh darn it. Invite Lord. Which Lord? Okay. Party, invite, Lord. Okay. Party, invite. Ah, frick. Why did I leave the party? Ah, crap. That is annoying. I did not mean to do that. I am actually stupid. Okay, promote to system. Okay, where is Wano? Where is he? There it is. Got him. Nope. Party invite. He's already in the party. I need a one. Bandage. Gosh darn it, someone already got him. But
and gonna be all get bored. I posted a link in the party link. Shell Shocker is gonna be all good.
oh god. Maybe it's a bug where it says that they're in a party but they're not. I don't know. Is the war ending now? Or are we just kind of sitting here? Or I don't know. I don't know where the Buttless are. I'm gonna go scout. It looks like... I don't know, is the war dissipating or something? Or, I don't know. Guess we can go back and see. I don't see anyone. There's no one on the map. Oh, there they are. There they are. There they are. Okay. Yep, there they are. Nope. 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 Are they moving? Okay, that's where they are. Yep. I wasn't paying attention. That was smart. Oh, Lord. Of course. Oh, my God. Why am I struggling? Why am I struggling? Why am I struggling? Why am I struggling? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. How am I not dead? How am I not dead? How am I not dead? Oh, I'm gonna die to a monster. Oh, that would be so much better, though, wouldn't it? Than losing fame. Here, just kill me. Go ahead. Still lost fame. Bro, we literally just left our war party so we could join his, but we didn't get invited. Gosh darn it, am I gonna have to recreate another party or something? You said you're just 3 out of 10. Gosh darn it, I can't win, bro. Sorry, Peanut, gotta kill you. Yes! Oh, finally! 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 Oh my goodness gracious. Whoa, what? I was just... Yeah, if I don't get a party in like a minute or so, I'm just gonna end the stream because I got in a party, then I was kicked, so... Yeah, because this isn't gonna be any fun going to war with no party. That never works. I guess I can just... get the low guys. Yeah. And guys, if you're watching the stream, make sure to smash like and subscribe. Of course, I'm a straggler, so he could have just got me. Alright, looks like we're just gonna make a party. Oh my... Ah, okay. Anyone please? War party, I need one. Alright. I'm gonna end this stream here, guys, because I'm not able to get a war party, and obviously, like, you know, it's not gonna work going to war, not having a war party. So thank you to everyone that came. Hopefully the discussion on the issue of multi-boxing was a fun one to listen into or be a part of. Make sure y'all, you know, subscribing is very much appreciated, because 1K subs this year would be great. And because, you know, been going on YouTube for 4 years now, so yeah. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. We got a video coming out on, I think, Monday for hordes, or it might be Wednesday, and then a tech type video for later in the week, I think. So yeah, stay healthy. Enjoy that sweet, sweet time being stuck at home. Watch some YouTube. And yeah, stay safe, everyone. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.